Sonic Frontiers has just got its first major update since release. Sega has dubbed it the Sights, Sounds, and Speed Content Update. But is this update enough to get fans like me back into Sonic Frontiers? The simple answer is... Let me start off with my favorite part of this content update, the sound. By holding right on the D-pad now when you're in free roam, you can access a jukebox and select between 13 different songs to play at any time while you're exploring the islands. But there's more! Scattered throughout the 5 islands, you can now find musical note collectibles, each adding a song to the jukebox. With a total of 53 songs to collect that span Sonic's entire video game history, you'll find songs from every game ranging from 1 all the way to Forces. While some of these song choices seem extremely obvious, like Live and Learn, Reach for the Stars, and His World, you get some absolute gems like Emerald Coast, Flying Battery Zone, and even Dry Lagoon. I don't know why, but out of all the songs added to the update, this was the one that really blew my mind. Rouge's stages don't get enough love. And that's only half the fun. Revisiting the Starfall Islands with these tracks, running around and rediscovering iconic locations while listening to some of Sonic's most memorable sounds, there's just no way to describe it. It's a really fun experience that I can't recommend enough. If you enjoyed Frontiers at all on release, I really suggest you reinstall this game for this reason alone. Make it your mission to rediscover each song and explore the world in a whole new way. That's what I did, and I had so much fun just running around the island to a whole new set of tracks. I even discovered a Sonic song that I wasn't really that familiar with, and now I have it saved on Spotify. The second part of this update is the sights. Now, I'm usually not one of those people that needs a photo mode in a game, but for this game's photo mode, yeah, I still don't care for it. Actually less than most other games. Which says a lot. Take this all for a grain of salt, because I've just never been the kind of guy that loves photo modes like that. And I'm really not patient enough to just spend all my time trying to line up the perfect shot. But with all that said, the options available in the photo mode are severely lacking. In my opinion, the best photo modes give you options to really get goofy and creative with pictures. Character poses and expressions, a bunch of filters, frames, and maybe even stickers. An array of camera settings. This photo mode, shy of some filters, doesn't really have any of that. And I'm not complaining because again, this clearly isn't for me. But for those of you who this is for, just don't expect anything super detailed and great. To compare, it's not like Spider-Man or God of War's photo mode, where you could really have fun and be creative. This mode wasn't as fleshed out as I would have liked it to been, but I'm sure some people will still find enjoyment out of it. The last part of this update is the speed content, and boy, this part is also kind of good. As part of the speed event, you can now replay each stage and take on each enemy in a time trial-like event. Get a good enough score, then advance and take on the next set of stages. Do bad and be stuck. This mode doesn't add anything new, but it still somehow ends up being extremely fun and more importantly, feels different. For the stages, it honestly just felt good to have some form of structure to them. Because you're not traveling through the free roam islands to look for gates and you're doing all these stages back to back now, Sonic Frontiers feels more like a standard Sonic game than ever before. And that alone made this mode really enjoyable. Especially since one of the things that bothered me about the stages was how short some of them could be. So playing them in this order was refreshing and fun and surprisingly wasn't boring. Same for the bosses. Because you keep all your stats and abilities from wherever you are in the story, it was nice to come back and absolutely smoke some of these enemies. Progressively fighting each enemy in an island just to lead up to a boss fight was such a nostalgia trip for a game that's not even that old. And though I didn't get as much enjoyment from the speed as I did the sound aspect of this update, it's definitely appreciated and was solid all throughout. Overall, this update was great, and considering it's free and not a paid DLC, Mad props to Sega for still showing love to this game. And with how much I enjoy this one, I'm even more excited to see what these other drops are going to have for us, especially the playable characters. I can only imagine what that's going to be like. But for now, enjoy the rest of your day, and take care.